In this episode, I'm going to show you how to spot fake recruiters by using the AI antivirus. As thousands of people get laid off, recruiters naturally increase outreach, especially on LinkedIn. Most of these recruiters are legitimate, but mixed in are bad actors whose real goals isn't to hire you, it's to harvest your data and lure you into jobs that don't exist. These messages often create urgency. You'll see words like urgent or immediate hire. And in some cases, they'll ask for sensitive personal information such as driver license or even a passport number under the excuse of verifying eligibility. But the first line of defense is you. One of the most important rules is to move recruiter interactions to email. That's what allows you to run them through the AI antivirus and analyze what's actually happening behind the message. It's important to say this clearly. Most recruiters are real, and you should not avoid working with them even if the company is overseas. But you should stay aware. Many recruiters are competing for roles that are publicly posted, and in many cases, you can find the same job yourself in minutes and apply directly. In this video, I'll show you exactly what to look for when receiving recruiter emails and run them through the AI antivirus, so you can protect yourself from profile harvesting, data theft, and fake opportunities. Hi, my name is Christian, and welcome to Creating Job Security by Mastering the AI Superstack. Before we start, I want to mention that this is episode 3 of the AI Antivirus mini-series that I created on YouTube. And I'm going to post the links for the 2 previous videos because you can use the antivirus for more than just spotting fake recruiters using AI. You can use it for downloading AI code. You can use it for so many things. So I encourage you to visit the description and see those other 2 videos. I also wanted to mention the next 3 episodes coming up, starting with polishing your LinkedIn profile using AI. The next episode after that is reading EDGAR filings using AI, which is something that only financial analysts could do until now. And third is how to capture AI results and save them in an efficient manner. I welcome you to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next 3 episodes. In episode 1 of this mini-series, we talked extensively about the AI antivirus prompts. This one that works in most of the AI models, and this one that is designed specifically for Copilot. Now, in this episode, which concentrates on identifying fake recruiters, we're going to put special focus on steps 2 through 6, which basically analyze emails and also the domain and links which those emails have, and any social engineering indicators. And specifically, step number 21, which is able to analyze the recruiter if it has any scam alerts, or if the domain is illegitimate, or if it's doing any data harvesting. When it comes to using the AI antivirus to identify fake recruiters via email, or scanning emails in general, we're going to divide the AI models into 2 groups. The first group will be able to scan a downloaded Gmail EML file and the extraction of Outlook HTML. And group 2 does not support EML files. And since I'm using free accounts for Copilot, DeepSeek, Qwen, and Kimi, the free accounts don't give me enough tokens to run the antivirus prompt and the HTML email at the same time. This will all make sense next. So let's talk about some email basics. The best thing and also the safest thing to do is to download the entire email before running the antivirus. Why? Because links are HTML encoded, and what you see on the screen is not necessarily the final destination. The best way to illustrate this is to hover over the link and see the true destination on the status bar. Basically, most emails are made with HTML, which allows the creator to present the link to the viewer and then encode to another URL on the backside. Most emails that do this are benign, and they do it so the links are not too long and destroy the presentation. On top of this, most emails have a tracking pixel. That is why most email clients do not show images by default and only show images when you allow them to. Now, to make this video short, I only chose 2 email clients, Gmail and Outlook, but we could go for hours covering all the email clients that are out there. So in order to explain the difference between EML and HTML or MSG is as follows. Google, who owns Gmail, uses EML files. When downloading an email from Microsoft, who owns Outlook, you're going to have 2 options, MSG or HTML. It's that simple. They're competing companies that don't like each other and don't support each other's formats. So if you are an Outlook user, your best bet is to download the email as HTML. But if you use Gmail, then your best bet is to download an EML file. I also want to mention that you do not have to analyze the entire email. You can analyze the from email and the link that they want you to click on. But those analyses could be incomplete, as many scammers have both legitimate and illegitimate links inside the same email, and choosing this route is risky. Okay, so for this first example, we're going to use a LinkedIn email, which has a lot of job alerts. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to download it in 2 ways, and you're going to see this in a minute. I'm going to download it with a file save as, and I'm also going to extract the HTML. But before I do that, I'm going to run the antivirus prompt in 4 different AI models. I'm going to go to ChatGPT. I'm going to go to Claude, Gemini, Grok. Okay, and all 4 are going to ask for me for the payload. So let's go back to Gemini, request payload, and in here, request payload. Claude should have a request payload in a minute. Okay, so there we go. Everybody's requesting the payload. So I have 2 ways of downloading this email. The first, I'm going to go to File, Save As, and then I'm going to say HTML, and that's going to download it to my download folder. So if I go to my download folder, now I have the HTML file. The second way of downloading this is going to the 3 dots, actions, other actions, and view source. Okay, now you're going to see in a minute why we're going to do this. So the first, which is the source right here, I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to go back to my AI models, and I'm going to paste it into Grok. So Grok will allow me to paste it from the actions and seeing the source. Okay? And the other 3, we're going to drop the file. So this is the file containing the email. And if this doesn't work, we're going to have to paste the HTML, but you'll see it in a minute. So it's reading the HTML. So the request payload is the attached email. Let's do it one more time. There we go. So yeah, I had to actually force it to do that. But let's go to Claude. Okay, and it's asking me for the payload, as I mentioned. So we're going to drop the HTML email. I have a paid version of Claude, so I should be able to take it. There we go. So now it's running the AI Antivirus. So let's go to Gemini. And for Gemini, I'm going to drag the HTML file as well. And let's see the antivirus run on Gemini. There we go. So basically, we were able to drag the file in ChatGPT, but we had to tell it that the attached HTML email was the payload. In Claude, we could drag the file with no further instructions. And Gemini, we drag the file with no additional instructions. And in Grok, we basically had to extract the HTML from Outlook. We couldn't drag the file in. Okay, so in all 4 of them, we're concentrate from step 2 to step 6. Well, this is a LinkedIn email, so this is going to be pretty safe. But also we have to look at step number 21. Okay, so this is a good example to start with. Now let's move to a potential scam. So here's a perfect example of a potential scam. Well, first of all, I don't know if you guys know this, but I can search for this title in Google and then copy the city. This email is 12 days old. And if I go to Google and search for the same title in the same city, I bet you I can find it. As you can see, it took me less than 10 seconds to find the exact same job, and the dates even match. So that goes to show that a lot of these recruiters from overseas are basically looking for jobs online and contacting you as if they were recruiters. And the worst part is that this guy not only wants my date of birth with the month and day, but he also wants my last 4 social security numbers and a copy of my driver license. So in order to download this email, we're going to click, especially in Gmail, we're going to click on the 3 dots and we're going to click download message. And that's going to create an EML file. Now this EML file, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to grab our antivirus. We're going to go to the different AIs. Here's the first one. Here's Claude, Gemini, Grok. And we're going to wait for the payload to show up. Don't worry if you see 2 responses, it will still work. Here's the payload, and here's the payload. Now that the 4 AIs are requesting for the payload, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag that EML file into the different chatbots and run the antivirus. So let's go there. It went right away. And this is so easy to look. Requesting highly sensitive information, date of birth, last 4 of social security, driver license copy. Let's go to so it didn't ask me for the payload here, but let's see if it runs. And if it doesn't run, we'll have to run the prompt one more time. Oh, it did run. So let's see. There we go. So it's running the antivirus. Using urgency tactics. That's very important. Okay, so now that let it run, we're going to go to Gemini. We're going to attach the EML file and run it. Okay, let's go to Grok and attach the EML file and run it. So Grok thinks that the email content has high risk. There's also high risk in the promise of a job, but he uses the word urgency. And let's go to number 21. So it's high risk. It looks like a phishing scam. So the number 1 request for social security and driver license up front is not a legitimate posting, and most likely he's a fake recruiter. So now we're going to look at step number 21 for all the AIs, and they all basically said the same thing. It is unusual for a recruiter to ask for this information, especially in the initial contact. If we go to Gemini, same thing. This is non-standard for initial contact. And recommended actions: do not send the requested social security or DL copy. And that's Gemini. Most likely this job is a scam. If we go to Claude only gave me medium risk. Claude thinks that the email was sent through Mailgun, and that's a legitimate email provider. So it makes it medium instead of high. And if we go to ChatGPT, high risk. And this is what you need to be looking for in step number 21. This is the most important of them all. And look at this. Recommended next actions: do not share Social Security independently verify employer, enroll via official company channels before responding. It looks most likely a mass recruiter outreach, and it's unsafe territory by demanding sensitive identity data. And so there you go. The AI antivirus works very well at spotting fake job postings. And this is exactly what you need to do. And in reality, it took less than a minute to run. Less than a minute to run. And it took less than 10 seconds to find the job in Google. And this is exactly how you spot a fake recruiter using AI. Here are my final thoughts. Desperate job seekers are highly at risk to fake job offers, a trend that has accelerated due to economic instability, mass layoffs, and the rise of remote work. Scammers exploit this risk by promising quick hiring, high pay, and easy work from home tasks, leading to billions in annual losses. As you can see from this episode, the AI antivirus works. It only took a minute to scan the emails and only 10 seconds to find the same job on Google. And my final piece of advice is avoid any email that has the word urgent or immediate. And don't forget, you can always contact me via LinkedIn. And thank you for watching.